Special news report. Is James Gunn fired? Is Paramount pulling a hostile takeover? Let's find out next on Geeks at the Nerd Table. All right. We got some serious business to talk about. I ain't talking about like $82 million. I ain't talking about $110 million. Gentlemen, I'm talking about $110 billion. Do you understand those numbers? I sure don't. I got my buddy Jose beneath me, and I got my brother Spidey Kev right here to the side. Gentlemen.
Well, I get the boss one.
Silence.
Sorry.
These numbers are ridiculous. Paramount is pulling a full hostile takeover of the WB buy. They're bypassing the bosses and going right to the shareholders with $49 billion unaccounted for. What does that mean for James Gunn in the future? We got a lot to talk about, guys.
Boy.
Yeah, we
do. Yeah, the hell we do.
And everything's like on hold right now.
Everything
has felt like it's been the last 2 weeks have been super quiet. We haven't heard or seen anything from anybody except for a statement from James Gunn that he's like looking forward to his future with the DCU.
As an old school union contract negotiator, that man's contract is up in spring 2027. I'm sure he ain't saying a darn thing quite yet. He's
crazy.
checking out the new leadership.
It's
him and Peter Safran.
It's crazy how his contract expires that soon.
Exactly. And it was already extended a year.
That's crazy.
So think about it. He's got Superman came out. He had Peacemaker. Yes. We have Supergirl on the horizon.
Lanterns.
And
Clayface.
And then
Batman too.
That's not even announced, homie. That is not official.
Not official, not yet.
Superman too.
The only other official thing is the Superman, the Man of Tomorrow, I believe.
It doesn't have a title yet, official title. Yeah. No official title at all.
The one with the Brainiac one.
Yeah,
the Brainiac.
The new one coming out with Brainiac. Thank God.
That man is not putting out anything in cold hard stone quite yet, and I assume it has something to do with this merger. But before we get into the James Gunn situation, let's talk cold hard numbers and facts and a little bit of opinion. But Netflix originally, well, I mean, we're talking 82 billion to 110 billion. No. That's I don't have that many toes, dude. I can't count past
that. I can't even count that high.
Exactly. Like my ADD kicks in. Dyslexia, it's messed up.
So what are those numbers? What do those numbers look like?
It was a good month or two ago when I think the three of us were sitting in this same virtual environment talking about the glory days of Netflix officially buying WB for $82.7 billion and how that could be a good thing. That was,
and they were celebrating it too. Netflix celebrated on their own app and everything.
Did.
Like,
it was
Jose, at that time, you did not know anything about Stranger Things. How long ago does that feel?
Wow,
a very long time
ago. Right?
Wow,
that was before I believe. That was before we had Steve Harrigan, and we thought he was going to die.
So the emergency pod episode that was in early December.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's been like December 4 months.
Jose was on a journey. Yep. We are getting sidetracked. I ain't gotta focus this back in. My bad. So Netflix, $82.7 billion was gonna buy WB and merge their streaming services. They put videos out there, they were gonna do it. But there were some rumblings of Paramount kind of circling like vultures. And they did. They swooped in for $110 billion. They bypassed the owners of Paramount and went right to the stockholders.
Yep, the board members.
Right? That's no, dude, past the board members.
Yeah, the stockholders.
Yep.
Did a hostile takeover.
The board can still vote this down. there's actually a couple ways this can get voted down. The board still has to vote on it. Let me check my notes here. There are also, which is kind of crazy, when the government has to get involved in these hostile takeovers of these giant corporations, it's like Whale and Yutani on the Alien movies. Okay, it's crazy numbers. But we got the government already talking about a vast monopoly of our of all the things it's controlling. But one of the key things that it's controlling is CNN and our news outlets. And some Fast and the Furious race car stuff going on.
Yeah, that all caught us off guard.
Family.
But so okay, go back to $110 million.
Yeah, so I think the one thing that nobody is really concentrating on right here, the big underlining thing, is there is $49 billion of this $110 billion hostile takeover that is not accounted for, that is supposedly coming from Saudi Arabia and the Middle East. Now, the big problem with that is Paramount and WB, they control huge news outlets like CNN, and the government doesn't want Saudi Arabian money and Middle Eastern money controlling how we view or what can influence our news, and it becomes a national security issue. And the government can shut this down by something that is called CFIVS, CFIVS. I don't know what it stands for. I'm sorry. But the government can shut it down because it becomes a national security issue of outside influences of this country controlling our news. That's huge. That's scary.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So that means, first off, I don't think anybody watching this, myself or Kevin included, knew any of this.
Nope.
Because I sure as hell didn't. So that changes everything. Because that can mean that ownership can go back to Netflix.
At this point, I'm kind of hoping it does.
Yeah.
You know what else?
You wanted? I thought you were under. I was under the impression that you more so wanted Paramount to have it and not Netflix because of the streaming thing.
I don't know. I would kind of like Netflix. Netflix, I think, has a better track record of things. I was a huge Transformers kid. I was huge. G1, G2. My original AOL screen name, all right, way back, was Starscream. Okay, we're talking early 2000s. I was Starscream. I said my original Xbox handle for Halo 2 was Starscream. All right, I was a huge Transformer. And then Paramount took over the Transformers franchise. And the first one was good. The rest of them, trash. It was garbage fire trash.
Yep.
The animated movie that just came out, was it last year? Was pretty good.
What, the Beast Machines?
No. The animated.
Oh, I watched some of that.
Like the prequel.
Yeah,
so they got
that was good, but like I hated the fact. Well, we're not gonna get into that, but yeah. That wasn't Optimus to me.
when you look at the scales of good versus bad, it's like wrong.
Yeah.
Overall, it was bad.
Yeah. They don't have the best. Look what they did with G.I. Joe. They can't get that off the ground. Fast and the Furious went from like racing to racing in space. Dom flipped a car with a crowbar, I think. It's bad. It's bad. They don't have.
You're joking about that, but it's something that they would do. That's the funny part.
Kevin.
I'm sorry.
Kevin.
Hey,
I don't know why you think I would joke about it.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's more intimidating. You staring at me like that, or the Batman behind you.
I'm a serious individual. A true story. A really good friend of mine that I consider a brother gave me that painting, bro.
Yeah, you told us last episode.
Well, I gotta bring it up. I get paid $5 every time. It's awesome.
These guys, rent is due.
Exactly. Ain't nothing going on but the rent, bro.
Back on track. Right?
Exactly. Okay, focus. So
Miyagi-san.
One of the other big things that nobody's talking about with this acquisition, Paramount is also taking on $79 billion worth of debt. that is accumulated
did
from WB and Paramount.
Yeah.
So they have to start cutting back jobs. They have to start cutting back production, and they have to start really banking on tent poles and what is going to work, what is a surefire thing. And you know what that means? We're going to get, and as a guy who has a Batman tattoo on his back, we're going to get Batman movies, Superman movies, and that's probably about it. We're not going to get.
They're going to go just for the cash, easy cash grabs.
Dude, they got to make up $79 billion.
Yeah.
Even though they have a track record for creating like longevity and storylines like Indiana Jones, you know, and stuff like that, that over time is still relevant.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, in the land of not many movies bring $1 billion, how many of these movies need to make over $1 billion so they can start breaking even? That is a huge debt and huge liability. They started talking about cutting back. It was like 8%, but some of the numbers are really suggesting they needed to cut back like 17 to 25% on production costs. And that's insane. Who's going to get fired? It ain't the big guys. It ain't the big guys. You're going to have way too many chefs in the kitchen, way too many chiefs, and not enough Indians. I guarantee it. They're going to start cutting out the middleman.
I did not know anything about $79 million being unaccounted for. Which, if that's good, Netflix has the money to do what needs to be done.
Yeah,
they have the backing.
They have gotten bigger over the years.
You know, so I think, you know, a lot of people were happy from what I saw on social media and stuff with the Paramount coming in and swooping underneath. Yeah, and that seems to be the consistency of what people like. And I didn't understand why. Like I thought, you know, once Netflix announced that they're keeping the DCU the way it is, they're going to continue with James Gunn. They're still going to do the 45-day release to movie theaters, you know, if need be.
To me, what WB has always stood for, and I think it's really shown in a lot of their movie productions, but it really has shown in their documentaries and in their TV series, going all the way back to the first one, Oz. They are risk takers. They are story driven. They are made by people who care about what they are making, and they carve their own paths. We got Sopranos, we got Oz, we got Game of Thrones. HBO has always been creator driven, and I really fear when Paramount takes over and they start getting this Whalen-Yutani conglomerate of everything. It's going to be like, print it, sell it. It is what it is. We're talking Ian Malcolm level, like slap it on the lunchbox, sell it to the kids. I don't care what.
So you think they're gonna lose track of the storyline? Like James Gunn's theory right now, the way he sets up the DCU, and he's based his superheroes around the story. The movie's not based on the superhero; it's based on the story.
It's going to be worse.
It's more story driven. You think they're
going to
flip that?
I have a fear it's going to be worse than Marvel. It's going to be worse than Marvel as far as we're going to. Yeah, we're gonna sit out there. We're gonna put out our big tier names that everyone's gonna buy, and we're just gonna
because of the name. Hey everybody, Batman's there. Hey, go see it. Oh, Superman.
And I love Batman, but we need to slow down on Batman. We need to go back on.
We need a different take.
This needs to be the decade of Superman and the Super Family, 100%. Let him lead. And I don't know if that's going to happen at this point.
Yeah, I was under the assumption that with, you know, I haven't really heard much of anything over the last 2 weeks when it came to this deal. I heard there was a swoop in, and then that was it.
Yeah.
That was like, okay, they came in and they bought it, and then nothing.
Dude, in 15, 20 years, Netflix is going to make a movie about this.
Like make a documentary.
Exactly. No, dude, they're gonna make a almost like a Social Network movie. Trent Reznor is gonna do the soundtrack. It's gonna be nuts.
Oh yeah.
The name of the movie is gonna be called "Gotcha, Bitch."
Exactly. It's gonna be like the hostile
Gotcha.
takeover. Like this is unparalleled. Like it's slimy corporate bullshit.
It's a hostile takeover.
I just want to know what made Paramount do that when they know that they're going to be a huge debt.
Because they have some huge cojones.
Exactly, and they got
huge cojones.
Look, I didn't even hear about any of that up until the day of that Paramount swooped in and bought it. Yeah. I didn't hear anything. I heard that Paramount was like trying to outbid Netflix, but that was like 2 months ago. I must have been living on the rock because I didn't hear anything about it up until the day of it, and it was announced that Paramount bought it.
Yeah.
There's one kind of like silver lining that I'm like, if this goes through, maybe we can start kind of getting some of our crossovers of different IPs. And one IP that I really hope that we're going to get as a crossover, and that is our live action Batman TMNT crossover live action.
I wish.
Right, dude, how dope would that be?
See Batman versus Shredder live action.
Right? Like, dude, bring back
we got an animated, man. We got an animated.
But imagine in live action. Right? Like I was thinking we'd have to wait until like 2086 until like TMNT and Batman both hit like public domain, but
I would be 109 years old by then. Yeah, just saying.
What would
come each other to the theater and the home?
Hold on. What would come out first? The Batman and TMNT crossover live action, or the Ronin movie?
Ooh, man.
They need to both come out. But Ronin, I would want to see Ronin first.
I want to see Ronin so bad.
Hot take. What do you think comes out first? The Batman versus the Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossover or the Batman 2? I said it. I don't care.
Batman TMNT.
I love you, Matt Reeves.
Whatever, man.
Speaking of which, like that's the one kind of silver lining. A really good friend of mine, she told me I'm overly optimistic. She didn't tell me that. I said that about myself. But I'm always like, the glass is half full. The glass is half full. But she told me, Mike, if the glass isn't half full, refill it. And I'm like, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
You okay there, bud?
That was funny as shit. That was a good one.
Right? Dude, I'm here all night. Like, Vegas booked me for the week, son.
Okay. That was a good
one. And one thing we do have to worry about too is I don't know where general audiences fall on it, but there is some backlash of like James Gunn leading the DCU in the near future, and I think his contract's coming up, and I'm not like a Gunn glazer. I'm not like the guy who's like, James Gunn makes everything great, because Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was dog trash. Okay, like that needs to go into like the diaper genie and like thrown in the trash. Nobody wants that.
I personally think Peacemaker season 1 was better than season 2. That's just me.
I disagree. I think they were completely different shows. I think they were completely two different shows, because one was pre-James Gunn running the DCU, and the second one was James Gunn running the DCU. So the second one had to have more importance and more meaning, because the DCU he's running is based on emotion and feelings.
Yeah, I think we're looking at apples and oranges.
If you look at Superman, what was Superman about?
Hope.
What was Peacemaker about?
Depression.
Yes.
Figuring out your place in the world.
Yes.
Figuring out who you are. Depression.
What's Green Lantern about? Lanterns.
Overcoming great fear. I guarantee it.
It's about
it's not gonna
coming to grips with the fact that your time is up and you're getting passed on.
Yeah.
because that's what that
Man,
show
I
is
can't wait.
going to be about. That's why it pisses me off how everybody got this trailer incorrect and hated it for no reason. Like, I'm not a hater of this trailer.
No,
I'm not.
I'm like 51, 49 on the trailer. I liked
Yeah.
it, and there was some stuff said that they held back a lot of the cosmic stuff, and
They
like
have to.
fingers crossed they did. They're trying to sell it to the general audiences.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. It wasn't the greatest trailer that they did, but there's a lot of stuff that people are complaining about that they shouldn't be complaining about. This suit shouldn't be complaining about. The fact that it wasn't like just made from his ring in the comic book. It was a suit that was made in the beginning.
The fact that it is an actual suit and not a CG thing that is strapped on to Ryan Reynolds is
even though
it far above the bar.
It kind of looked like the Yellow Lantern suit, but
hush you. There's many shades of green.
Hey, sorry.
It could have been a prototype. You never know, but
exactly.
I still think like I'm not riding James Gunn's coattail. Like, yeah, he's perfect. He's gonna do everything great. I am in love with the vision he has for the DCU and how he has laid it out.
Yes.
To me, being a comic book fan and enjoying to me, comic books when I read them might mean something completely different for me than it means for you. And that's what people forget. Comic books are interpretations of what you feel and how you think. To see that come to the big screen the right way and bring emotion and bring, a sense of humility to the characters, I'm all for it. Like when they showed the first teaser trailer of Superman and it was him on the snow with his ass beat.
Yep.
I was like, oh, this is gonna be a good movie. Just from that scene alone, like me personally, I was like, this movie's gonna be good. This is gonna be a story-driven movie. Because it's not, I'm Superman, I'm the strongest being ever to walk Earth, and nothing can affect me except the green crystal. And
a mom's name.
And yeah, Martha.
Martha.
10 years, dude. 10 years. Maybe we'll talk about it in the future. But did you know Dawn of Justice is 10 years old now?
That's crazy.
Is it really?
Right? It is, dude.
It's
10
gone
years.
by so fast.
10 years of Martha.
So now that Netflix is not buying it, no more Snyderverse, so that's gone. I'm
not complaining about that. All right, that dude had his shot.
I'm joking. I'll just open up wounds for the Snyder.
You know what?
Like you like to say.
I sure wish like someone would pick that up in a comic book form, and maybe that would sell really good at comic book stores. I'd buy it.
They have it. He's already admitted they have it. They have the script
to
make it a comic book. And the plan is to eventually release it as a comic book.
Do you know who drew the storyboards for the Justice League 2 and 3?
I do not.
Jim Lee.
Okay.
DC's head.
He
the head
everything.
of DC. He drew the storyboard.
He was. Now he's not. But
so like it's all there. Release it in comic book form. It will sell. As a guy who looked at Absolute Batman and is like, how does this sell? This is the weirdest like 90s thing ever, but it's good. Dude, it's like the thing that shouldn't work, and it works so good. Snyderverse, the story, the comic would sell like gangbusters.
Yeah, it would. It would.
I'd buy it.
Pick it up at Baby Gorilla Comics in Bend, LBA.
Right?
But
I'll do a review on it.
Like I still have faith in him and his vision. I'm
definitely
scared that he won't achieve that if it's given to Paramount. So Superman, they paid $250 million to make that. It grossed over, $250 billion to make that, and they made a little over $650 billion in the box office. So they received the return on investment. it wasn't a smash by any means necessary. It didn't hit that $900 million mark that everybody wanted it to make, but it didn't have to. It still set a precedent for what he was bringing to the game and how he was introducing DCU. I have some complaints about some of the characters right now. For me, it's just my personal complaint. I like my characters to be jacked, like Henry Cavill, like Ben Affleck was in the suit. It looks jacked.
A brawler, yep.
Yeah, it's just like that's what you saw in the comic book as a kid.
Frank Miller's art brought to life.
And it's like I appreciate Christopher Reeve for his take on Superman, but I was ready for a Henry Cavill style Superman. And not saying that I think Brandon
Ralph.
Cornsweat Roth. You
Ralph.
dirty
Sorry, my
bastard.
My bad.
David
we won't mention. I won't mention that movie.
David Cornsweat. His take on it to me was the second coming of Christopher Reeves.
Amen, man.
I just wish, and it sounds so stupid, but I wish he filled the suit in better. Like I felt like if it was Henry Cavill wearing that suit, it would look good. It would look better.
Yes.
That's just my take on from the comic book perspective. Like when you watch 80s He-Man was jacked as shit. Lionel was jacked. Panther was jacked.
Yep.
Wrestlers were jacked.
Now I will bring up my most nerdy thing here. Superman does not get his power from his muscles. Superman gets his power from the yellow sun. So
I do know that.
I know, and I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. But what I think is most amazing about that is yes, I'm gonna go glass half full here. I'm gonna say yes, he's a smaller guy, and he was able to defeat Lex Luthor by telling him the business of nah, dude, I'm the most human person here around. I get up every day and I try my best and I do what I can. And Luthor's like, oh, and then Crypto comes in and flops him around and plays the shit out of him.
Yeah, that's basically how it went.
But I believe, I really hope James Gunn sticks around. I hope that when Paramount takes over, they leave it creator driven and they let James Gunn finish his thing, because as a fan of DC since 1989, I don't know if I could do another round of reboots, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
I don't think I can.
I'm tired of it.
If he really does leave in a world, his contract comes out,
they need to let it die for 10 years,
and they go away. Right, he walks away.
The quote Henry Cavill: "The bat is dead. Bury it. Just let it go."
You
can't. He's not there.
You cannot reboot this whole thing again.
No.
Nobody's. I know what they're going to think.
Years.
Paramount's literally going to think, "Oh, well, it's Superman. It's the name. People are going to see it, maybe." But real fans,
they will. They will.
Real
they
fans
will.
Don't want to see this all over again.
But they will.
But even at real fans, it takes away from the grandiose of it. Superman. As a guy, I heard it's amazing, but I will not watch. And I'm a snob. Whatever, fight me, sue me. I will not watch Superman and Lois. I will not, because Superman is a grand character, should be on the big screen, should not be on the small screen.
It was
Batman,
really good though.
I know, and I hear about it, but I think it would take away something for me, watching it like that. It should be a spectacle. It should be something special, just as Batman should be something special. I don't know, hot take. I'm not exactly mad it's taking this long between the Batman and the Batman 2, because it feels like it's going to be an event
if they get it right, and I think they will. I think that's why it's taking so long, because James Gunn is making sure that you're not putting out trash.
Yeah,
he has the final say. So
I think James Gunn will get it right. I do not know if Paramount will.
No.
And that's a scary world.
And I'm going to speak for me, because my DC knowledge is not as good as these two, right? I just know maybe basics, maybe a little bit more. But for me personally, as a fan, it would be a huge smack in the face if James Gunn leaves and they reboot this whole thing, only because I grew to love Corn Sweat as Superman. I grew to love John Cena as Peacemaker, right?
Yep.
Like, you're going to tell me that all this build up with these characters were for nothing.
James Gunn made you emotionally attached to each character from each show. You were invested even in the Creature Commandos.
Dude,
the friggin' Creature Commandos.
Tell me you weren't. You're lying.
I love Frankenstein.
Right? Exactly. Like, oh
I love
man.
the Bride.
What is the rat's name?
The Weasel.
Weasel.
Yeah.
That episode broke my heart. It was like 26 minutes long too. It wasn't even that long.
Yeah.
No,
and like
they were short. And we reviewed it. Make sure you go check it out.
We did.
And that was a heart-wrenching.
And I didn't know much about that. I didn't know much about that team.
But
I learned to love them.
Every single character you cared about in that story. In every single one. I just want to know how they're going to get Rick Flag back.
If that happens, it was for nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Paramount, please let James Gunn cook. Let him do his thing. Finish this out. Give him the 10 years he needs.
Let him cook.
Now,
right? Exactly.
Now,
yes, sir.
If he does leave, just saying, if he does, what do you think he's gonna do? You think
take a break?
You think he's gonna go back to Marvel?
Oh no! I know. I'll tell you exactly what he's gonna do. They just won the lawsuit for Brightburn. If y'all have not seen Brightburn,
I did not check out Brightburn, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Brightburn is James Gunn's version of Superman. If he landed here in real life, what would actually happen? And it is fantastic.
It's like the Man of Steel horror movie, isn't it?
Yes, it's Superman as a kid, but horror. And he, at the end of that movie, he introduces, spoiler alert, so cover your ears, hit mute, whatever you got to do. At the end of it, he shows that there's like an Aquaman and a Wonder Woman and a Batman, but they're not called that. And they look like demons. So they're not good, they're evil. I'm telling you, it's hard. You can't stream it for free. You got to buy it because they just won the rights to it. And so a Brightburn, it's been 10 years, I think, since that came out, or maybe like 6-7 years because it was like during COVID. Fantastic movie. You should watch it. You should all watch it.
I think from what I understand, like the big reason for like we'll call him Clark in that movie. He's not Clark. I don't know the kid's name, but it's my understanding that the big reason he turned bad is his mom's name was Betsy and not Martha. That's the big M. Night Shyamalan twist.
Betsy,
don't go into the cornfields.
Right? Exactly. On that note, gentlemen,
but in my personal opinion, I think James Gunn would go back to the Marvel because Kevin Feige would leave.
Ooh,
that would be genius.
Kevin Feige would leave, right? Let's say Kevin Feige leaves in 2030. Basically, kind of like after Secret Wars, right?
I would feel betrayed.
Right, he would leave a little bit after Secret Wars because they have been planning.
Marvel did him dirty though, dude. They fired him on old allegations that were unfounded.
Yes, but they did bring him back. But
it's all about that dinero.
Him and Kevin Feige are like this.
Yeah,
the first person James Gunn called after he got the DC job was Feige to pick his brain and how to run stuff, and like them two are like this. So what if in a world where, because I do believe Kevin Feige actually did try to promote him to like up there with create, like
it wouldn't be a bad idea.
He wanted James Gunn to take over like the cosmic side of Marvel.
Yeah,
because obviously Guardians was fantastic, right? So he wanted him to take over that.
And Fantastic Four sucked.
Shut up. So what if, right? Kevin Feige steps away and Kevin Feige does Star Wars or something and James Gunn just takes over Marvel?
Kevin
just
Feige
just
needs
big,
to
just a big if, you know. I don't think it's gonna happen because I think James Gunn's gonna stay. But
You know
Kevin
what would be
Feige-
even cooler? If we
What?
had to speculate what could happen, James Gunn and Snyder get together and start their own universe.
oh god,
see, Kevin Feige would take over Transformers, and we'd get our Transformers Voltron crossover. God damn it.
I rather have them take over Star Wars because that's
Ooh, that's another topic for another day.
yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
But
it
gentlemen,
is.
this is scary times. This is crazy. I can't believe this stuff is happening.
My man
Big
threw the paper.
news, scary times. I have about 3 other sheets of paper. I'm not worried about it. But on that note, I think I'm staying with. I hope they let cook. They hope Gunn cook and just
Let
let
him cook.
let WB be the creator-driven studio it is always meant to be. That's best case scenario, and my overly optimistic self is going to hope for that.
I
Anyway,
will second that motion, my good friend.
Let's just hope DC just can't get out of their own way.
right?
They just can't.
Let
That's not
James
their
Gunn
fault.
even
It's
when
not their
something-
fault.
Even though something's good happen, there's always the bad lurking.
And James Gunn, I trust until I
Right.
don't. Until I don't.
until he makes Guardians 2 again. Whoops.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough for tonight. This was a lot of fun talking. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna check out
Please.
Jose on his secondary podcast here. He's got the Streetlight Confessionals, where he has a 2-part episode going
Confessions.
right now.
Confessions.
What did I?
Confessionals.
I'm sorry. Streetlight
Wow.
Confessions.
That's a
I'm
parallel
sorry.
universe. That's a parallel universe. That's the name he made in the universe.
That's the Brightburn universe. But please check it out. It is absolutely mind blowing, the stuff, the stories that are being told on that. It is truly inspiring, and I don't know, like how, like you know, when you watch some things and you're like, man, I feel like I'm cutting onions because like some stuff's going on, but it's truly amazing what you're pulling over there, dude. I think
I appreciate
you
it.
should be super proud of yourself.
Thank you.
Sir.
I appreciate
And
it.
be sure to also check out and go buy a comic book at Baby Gorilla Comics in the lovely Pendle, PA. And be sure to also buy an action figure while you're there.
Yeah, a lot.
Exactly.
Buy a lot, please.
And it's rumor coming my way is that maybe you're selling maybe Magic the Gathering cards now.
I do. We have licensed to sell Magic the Gathering, so we have them in stock. We have Lore Olympus currently, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ones. We still have booster packs, commander decks left, and I'm waiting for a shipment of the pizza boxes that I was promised. So I'll have a case of that coming in soon. And then the next set, which I just pre-ordered today, comes out in April. I can't remember the name of it right now, but we'll have that in stock also for Magic the Gathering.
Love it.
Hell yeah.
My brother was showing me, he got some of those Ninja Turtle Magic the Gathering cards, and like they're incredible. I never was able to like comprehend Magic, but like the pictures are always cool.
Yeah.
I tried playing it. I couldn't understand. I'm like, this is too much for me.
Yeah,
I'll wish you all who can.
But the cards, the arts on the cards are
they
stunning.
did a nice old school artwork with the turtles, and the cards mean the same thing, but they just rewrite it to make it sound in turtle language.
So a lot of cowabungas and tubulars. That's awesome. I dig it.
Yeah.
Hell
So
yeah.
anyway, again, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one, guys. Adios.
See you on the flip.